right, I see his lights. He's got to go past these other campers, and he made it. Shit. Bro, I was scared, man.
Are we gonna get up that?
Huh?
Are we gonna get up that?
To get up? No, I was just, cause like, dude, on top of my phone broken, I was hella stressed, and I was like, oh, fuck, man. If this Zolio doesn't work, fuck. Oh, hell yeah. Let me put this camera down. Shit. What's up, campers? Welcome to episode 2 of the Camp Topology podcast, where we talk about camping and all kinds of things outdoors. We have a guest for episode 2. I recorded episode 1 yesterday, coming up to a yellow post in San Bernardino National Forest. And I was like, Alex met me up here, and I'm like, dude, you want to do episode 2? He's low down, so we're doing episode 2, man. So I'm still sipping on my Monster, but gotta crack the modal. Boom, cheers, man. Sitting here, epic sunset from up here. When it goes down, maybe I'll turn the camera, but we wanted to enjoy it while you guys listen. So yeah, Alex.
Talking about Models and Monsters, have you heard about them getting mixed?
No, you're lying.
And they taste like Powerade?
Should I do it right now?
I think it's something like that. Like you get.
I have enough. All right, I got a Modelo right here on deck. Oh no, I have an IPA. Should I go get one and try it? You want to try it? Okay. All right, we're pouring the little bit of my Monster left in Alex's Modelo. How much you think?
I think that's good.
I think okay. Giving it a swirl. Waiting.
Does not taste like Powerade.
What does it taste like?
I don't know.
Did you really hear that somewhere?
Yeah, I was like, you put Modelo in, or was it Red Bull? I don't know.
All right, we're gonna have to suck up. We need someone to fact check us on the podcast here. But yeah, so I actually met Alex through TikTok. Right?
Yeah.
I remember like you were always on my lives that I do. I did a lot of lives on TikTok when solo camping, and Alex was the one that was always freaking me out on the lives, talking about all kinds of creepy shit while we were on there.
Dude, lots of creepy stuff happens when I'm around.
That's
we saw we'll probably get into the light yet.
Oh, last night?
Yeah.
Dude, so let's do a quick background on how we met. Alex is on my TikTok lives. We did a group trip for Camp Topology a couple of weeks ago, the first group trip, little small trip. Alex and Dora came out, his girlfriend, and it was super dope. And then we actually had a trip planned with Ryan, shout out Ryan Arby, who's also in the TikTok Camp Topology community. And he planned this super dope trip in Eastern Sierra, but he ended up not being able to make it. So we were like, you know what, dude? We want to do that trip with you because you planned it. So me and Alex were like, you still down to do something? We're like, yeah. So I took him up to this spot. It took you quite a while to get here.
It took me just under 5 hours.
Yeah. Oh, and that was a story too. I'll have a vlog about it on my YouTube channel. And episode 1 talks about it. So after episode 1 ended and I told you guys about what happened to my phone. So if anybody's tuning in to episode 2, I ended up putting my cell phone on the top of my Outback when the hatch was open, and then it slipped into the hinge where like that closes when the hatch is closing. So I hit the close button. I just hear this cracking. Like I hear this. And I was like, what the hell is that? So I pop it open and it just demolished my phone. We're actually recording the video and audio on my phone right now, but it cracked the whole backside too, not just the face and screen, the backside. I can still use my phone, but it cracked whatever gets cell signal. So I don't have cell signal. I freaked out right before the podcast happened. Alex, literally like, I think you were like, the last text I got from you was like, see you, like, you left. You're like, I'll be there in like 4.5 hours.
Yeah.
Cracked my phone. I was like, shit, if I can't contact him, he's 4 hours away. I mean, if I was meeting someone 4 hours away on the top of a mountain and then they ghosted me, I'd be like, I might fucking just turn around after 2 hours and go back home. So I was freaking out. Luckily, this is like y'all know from episode 1, my Zolio device still worked. So I texted him on that. I was able to text Shelby too, let her know I was okay up here. So thank God for the Zolio. But dude, I was like a worried mom up here because I was like, Alex has a lift on his Forester. I don't, and dude, my butt was puckering a couple times up here. But I was like, he has a lift. He has like super dope light setup. He'll be fine. But still, it's like not knowing, and like I was texting you a lot on the Zolio because I was like, are they even going through? Oh, shit. I was like, I don't want to text them too much and feel like an overprotective mom. Like, where are you? Updates? Are you okay? I was like, text me when you get to the trailhead. And then we had GMRS radios.
Yeah.
The Midland. I have a Midland one. You have which one is yours?
I think mine's a Midland as well.
Yeah. And so I don't know what happened to the battery, but literally he gets to the trailhead. He texted me when he got to the trailhead. I was like, okay, he's like 6 miles out, head of the trailhead. My fucking battery dies on the Midland thing. And I'm like, oh my God. And then I didn't know, he came up a different side of the trail because we're in a trail that's basically like a big loop. There's 2 different trailheads. He came up the different one and I didn't know if he was gonna have service the whole time. And I was like, oh man, I literally had the fire set up. We have like the propane fires because you can't have wood fires up here right now. And I had my chair set up next to it and it was cold, but I didn't sit down the entire time. I was like pacing the campground, going over to this cliff behind us, looking at it, and I'd be like, hey Portal, do you copy? And my battery would die. And I was like, oh my God. It's
funny because it's 6 miles from the bottom. And like, I was like, all right, is that the bottom right there? Is that like where you start?
No, where you start is back by
here?
the lake. Yeah, behind
But I'm
us.
like, there should be radio service. So I'm
Yeah.
like, all right, 6 miles.
Yeah, and then
Every like mile, I'd be like, all right, 5.
Yeah.
And, like nothing.
yeah, nothing. Yeah, see, and while it was still, and I had mine on a little bit before because I was so worried. I was like, well, maybe he didn't get my text. I'm just going to turn the radio on, and then like every 10 minutes, I was trying to get you. And then did you get my text to go to channel 9?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because we usually were on channel 4. And it creeped me out. First of all, you could hear people from one of the campgrounds down the hill, like kids on the frequency. And then I told him when he got up, he was like, dude, it sounded like someone was like whispering on the channel, like, and I couldn't make it out. I was like, oh, hell no. I'm up here. It's like pitch black. I'm like, oh, shit. I was like, nah. I was nervous, pacing, just like, and I was like, should I drink a beer? I'm like, no, what if you get stuck and I have to go down and like help him? And then took you about 40 minutes to do 6 miles?
I did. It was about 45 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, because his light setup is so bright, I saw the huge tree line lighting up and I was like, yay! I ran over there, started like shining the flashlight at you.
Shout out Baja Designs.
Yeah. Shout out Baja Designs, keeping us safe out here.
Yeah.
The first time I got my Baja Designs was because me and Shelby were up here at a different campsite and it was super windy. And we had to leave at like 11:30, and going down the mountain with no lights other than the headlights freaking sucked. So
I got mine because we did a trip to Yosemite and we stayed at a campsite, an OHV campsite. And it's like I think it's like a 5 mile like dirt road.
yeah.
But it's also very like undulating and like, and there was parts where like you had to turn right. I was doing like the full like Ace Ventura thing.
Yeah,
where,
out
like,
the window.
Can't see.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh,
Yeah.
dude. So I was like, no, after this, I'm getting lights.
Yeah, you gotta.
Yeah.
Even if you don't use them that often, you gotta have just in case. There's like a lot of camping stuff that I have. You don't necessarily use it every trip, but when you need it, you're freaking super stoked you have it.
I was just chilling. I mean, it wasn't too bad. I think I hit one big rut. And then like the worst part was literally like
The last push.
100 yards to the campsite.
Yeah. That's the last part.
Well, there's this triangle where there's that fork in the road, and you had told me take a right, and I like looked at this thing and I was like, there's a huge like that rut. And I'm like,
wash out.
how the hell do you get up? And then I realized that it was like a triangle, so you could just like go back and around.
Yeah.
And so I just went around.
I should have told you that.
Yeah.
I forgot. That's like the gatekeeping section.
The
gatekeeper is like keeping a lot of cars out. We saw another Subi up here though.
Yeah.
And they were doing pretty good, I guess.
Yeah. There was a lot of heckling and, well, helping him out.
Yeah, because we're at the last campsite, so it's like a roundabout, like a cul-de-sac, I guess, like a little trail. And he was stuck on this big old root.
One rut.
Yeah.
One root.
Yeah, and he got
found
got
it.
stuck. He got stuck on it.
He found it.
Yeah, he found it. Yeah. All right, so I'm drinking Duckzilla, Duckfoot Brewery IPA. I'm liking this. I thought I grabbed the Modelo, but I didn't.
So you see this building right here
Yeah. On the can?
on the can?
Yeah.
So we have a friend in Carlsbad.
Uh-huh.
They used to work in Burbank, and we would take them go around town. We would basically Uber them around.
Uh-huh.
And there's a brewery down there called Angel City,
Okay.
and it's got this building.
That building?
That building.
Oh, wow.
And so we're in downtown. And he goes, "Dude, that's the brewery." And we're like, "No." He's like, "No, that's the brewery. It's in the cans." And I was like, "No, you realize that's the City Hall of Los Angeles. That's the building." He goes, "Are you sure?" I'm like, 100%.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, because it's on the can?
It's
You
on
thought
the
it was
can.
the building?
I was like, "Nope, 100%. That's."
Yeah.
He's like, "No, that's their brew." I'm like, "No, the brewery is actually this building right here."
Oh, yeah, so Duckfoot's in San Diego. I should have known that, but yeah.
Why do they have an LA City Hall?
I don't know. This is Duckzilla. Maybe it's a collab. Double white IPA.
See, look, that's City Hall.
Yeah.
This is the courthouse where OJ and the Menendez brothers got tried at.
Uh-huh. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wonder what the story behind this thing is too. That's San Diego. These buildings for sure. The one with the green lights on top.
Unless
of them.
that's not City Hall. Just looks like it.
I don't. This. I don't think this building's definitely in San Diego. I don't know. Maybe someone Google it. Let us know in the comments. I don't really.
All right,
know.
let's just redact that whole story.
Yeah. Hey, man. See, things that you can do when you're camping, though. Like, just talk about random stuff, man. We've just been sitting here all day. Did a little drive down the trail, but just talking about random. Oh, we're talking about a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Should have started. We're doing the whole day long podcast. Sun's going down. So for the people watching on YouTube, I'm going to turn y'all real quick just to show you the sunset. Literally just the tip is going down. Overlooking, you can see, I think that's Lake Paris or Lake Hemet, or not Lake Hemet, Lake Paris or Lake Elsinore. Anyways, going back here.
I think with a little more Monster, it might start tasting more like Powerade.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll try it in the second one. So,
I got another Monster.
yeah. So Alex works for Giant.
I work for the bike company called Giant. And, I basically do warranties for all of the East Coast. So Maine to Florida. I have about, I think 500 counts that I take care of. But yeah.
But you live on the West Coast.
But I live in the West Coast.
So you on like East Coast time?
Yeah.
Work?
So like when I work from home, I start at like 6 a.m. and finish at 3:30.
Okay.
And then when I go into the office, I start at like 7 and finish at 5.
Nice.
Yeah.
Gives you the 3:30 days gives you time to, or 3 days.
There's like a buffer.
Uh-huh.
And then like, yeah, I mean, it's fun. I mean, I do my best, right? It's kind of hard because there's a lot of counts, but
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I like all my counts, even the ones that don't like me.
Yeah.
No, no, I mean everyone's different, and we're just basically customer support for the shops,
Nice.
and like we're always there to help them out.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it sucks, like we just don't have stuff in stock,
Yeah. Yeah.
but like again, like we try to figure out with the shops and work with them, and
All the back end. And you worked at REI too in the bike.
yeah. So I worked at REI Woodland Hills. I opened up that store. I was I was hired as a master tech and then got put as the certified tech.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, just teaching all the people. I opened the store. I like put all the tools on the wall and like kind of designed that whole shop just to be as efficient as possible.
Yeah.
Did that for 3 years. It was funny because like I had never heard of REI.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
And Dora like applied for me.
Yeah.
Well, one of our friends told us that they were opening at REI. I was like, "What's REI?"
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, you should apply."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Whatever." Like,
That's
and Dora
crazy.
applied for me, and like, yep. They're like,
So what did you think when you first day of work, like walked in there and it was like, what did you, about like,
so
you're like, oh, this is not just a bike shop.
So it was funny because my first day of work, we like went to, we were going to hotels because the store wasn't open yet.
Oh, okay.
They were still building it. So like, no, we didn't go. We went to at Westfield, there was used to be a Macy's, which was shut down.
Uh-huh.
And like we had all of our training like in this abandoned Macy's.
What?
Yeah.
That's weird.
It was across the street. And yeah, we were like building bikes, like teaching people how to like fix bikes, like at this like old Macy's. And it was like we had to cover the floors so there's like
Yeah.
no stains and stuff.
And
And
so
we're
is
like-
it all like mountain bikes, road bikes, gravel, REI? Is it like, I always see their bike section, but I never really.
Yeah, I mean I mean I don't know what their current stock, but at that time we had, mountain bikes, we had road bikes, gravel, touring,
Yeah.
folding. But the thing with like, at least in the bike industry or like working at a shop, like you don't ever really know what's gonna come in.
In the door, yeah.
You're
Yeah.
like it's all, you get like the randomest. Like I remember one time we got a tandem, so 2-person
Yeah.
recumbent.
What's a recumbent?
So recumbent's one where you sit down like on like one of these chairs.
Uh-huh.
Like you're sitting
Oh,
down and
what,
you
tandem
pedal.
one of those with the
Yeah.
feet? Oh, whoa.
But it was like it's a tandem.
Yeah.
And it was like full carbon fiber.
Oh, shit.
And like this thing was probably like 20K.
Yeah.
And it sat in our shop for the longest time because like we needed one little piece from the manufacturer.
Yeah, like custom order.
Yeah.
It.
And that took forever.
Yeah.
And we built it and dude's like, all right, can you guys box it up? And we're like,
Box up the whole.
we're like, what? He's like, no. He's like, yeah, I sold it to some dude in South Africa. And we're like, hey man, we could only like,
Yeah, dude, because you got to make sure it's like packaged right and
Yeah.
like so it doesn't get break. You can't just put it in a
like
box.
I'm pretty sure that they went like in a crate.
Dang.
And then we had like crazy expensive like road bikes and like full titanium like Lenskis and light speeds and
I've been wanting to, I was talking to you a little bit earlier. I want to get into eventually, it's just another hobby that I could just like so expensive, but I want to do bike packing.
yeah, definitely.
I've seen like you get like the saddlebag. I love bags, as everybody knows. Like, so I would like, dude, I get some dope saddlebags, dope front handle bags. And basically, I think most people just use like a backpacking setup, but fit everything in your saddlebags other than your pack, and then cruise out like that. Because I've heard that people that have started out try to do it with a big backpack, and apparently that sucks.
Yeah,
Riding
we
a
did
bike
that.
with a big backpack.
Me and Dora did a 3-day trip from Santa Barbara to LA. We took it easy. We just did like 30 to 40 miles a day.
Uh-huh.
Typically,
Shit,
like
that sounds like a lot.
I mean, I did a race where it was one day.
Yeah. Dang.
So you take the train in the morning to Santa Barbara and you race back to
Yeah.
Union Station.
Oh, dang.
That in one day.
Yeah.
But no, we took me. It was a bunch of our friends. We did it. I did it on a fixed gear. My other friend did it on
You
a
have a
fixed
break?
gear. No.
Dang.
And then we did backpacks.
Oh.
Where
dude.
like I couldn't even put my head up because the helmet would hit the
Yeah.
backpack.
Yeah. 100%. Dang.
And yeah, but like we've done. Now I have all the setup. I have a pretty good friend, Brad at Roadrunner Bikes. Shout out.
Yeah.
Roadrunner Bags.
Okay.
And they do like they have all set up. So like I have so many of their bags. I have like, you have like the saddle trunk bag where you can put like your sleeping bag or like
Yeah.
your quilt.
Yeah.
And then they have a frame bag which goes in the center of your frame.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's 2 different ones you get on the front. They have like a burrito supreme, which is like a,
That's what it's called?
yeah.
It looks like a big burrito?
Yeah. It's like,
Almost like a roll sack?
so you could put burritos in it.
Yeah.
Because the original one was called the burrito bag, and it was probably the size,
of a
probably like 2
burrito.
cans, right? So like
Yeah.
a burrito. And then they made the XL, which is a little bigger.
Yeah.
And now they have the Supreme, and it's like,
Oh, whoa.
so, and then they have like another one. But yeah, I have like all the setups. I have front racks, or front bag, frame bag, the top 2 bag. There's a feed bag,
Yeah.
water pouch.
Do they have like a like a, I don't know why you would need it, but I'm thinking in my head like a cooler type bag. You can put like coal, like if you're traveling with food, let's say, you know, like
So typically when you're bike packing,
it's all just like
it's all
dehydrated.
dry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense. Yeah,
And then you kind of just eat on the road.
yeah, yeah.
You kind of want to eat trash food for all the carbs.
Yeah,
and-
just like
yeah.
hiker, like through hiker diet. A lot of
Yeah.
times it's just like anything you can get into.
Anything
Yeah.
you get into. Yeah.
Did you guys camp when you did that trip?
Yeah. So we camped at Leo Carrillo
Oh,
the
cool.
first night,
Yeah.
and then the next night we camped at, I think it was Thornbroom.
Mm-hmm. I
And
don't think I've heard of that.
then we rode to LA the next day.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. On road. I saw some guy on TikTok that for a while, when I first got on TikTok in like 2022, I followed a lot of people that were like trying to get long distance either across from like California to the East Coast
Yeah.
or north and south. I remember one guy would sleep in graveyards the whole trip.
Yeah, they're not a lot of light, very still,
Yeah.
empty,
Yeah.
except for the East LA ones.
Graveyards?
Yeah. So this is okay.
Oh, what's up with the East LA?
So the
ones?
East LA ones, right? This tripped me. I was born in Compton, but since I was one, I lived in the Valley, San Fernando Valley, and my girlfriend's from East LA, and like graveyards in the Valley, like you only go there to visit the dead and bury the dead, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And we went couple of my first times going to East LA. We had to pass the cemetery, and I go, man, that looks like a running track. She goes, yeah. Like you run around the cemetery.
There's
it's
a
like
track?
It's like the rubberized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
And she's
Whoa.
like, yeah, like that's where like. I was like, what? You run around the cemetery? She's like, yeah,
It's
that's
like a standard
like-
like quarter mile.
that's a thing. Like,
You play football between the fucking headstones.
and I was like, you run around the cemetery? And she's like, yeah. I was like, well, we have parks and stuff. You can do that. And she's like, yeah, there's not that many parks in East LA.
Oh, I mean, that makes sense. It's a good use of, it's like, obviously it's like, what? But like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good use of space if you have this giant area where you can't really do anything in it, but you can
Yeah.
do something around
Around
it.
it, yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
Because I was like
All
thinking
right.
about like, all right, like what's the closest? I mean, I guess I ride around Forest Lawn because it's like Griffith Park.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you do laps around there on bikes.
yeah.
I
yeah.
guess, but like you're on the road, you're not like next to.
There's
the,
like a poem in that somewhere. Like, imagine, I don't know, like, I don't know. I'm trying to picture, like, all right, if I would go for a walk, I don't know, I'm kind of like, I feel like that's a little bit like cool, vintage, romantic, weird kind of like novelty. Like, walk around a cemetery, but it's also like for exercise. So it's like, you know, people are like, I don't know, that's weird. That'd be cool to visit. Have you been to it?
No, like, we always drive past it, but I'm like, I guess, like,
Yeah.
I mean,
So-
at least they're out there exercising, right?
Yeah, I
Trying
mean,
to get
that's
out.
good.
That-
yeah.
I
And I
think
guess
that's
if
the
you
more-
see a ghost, it just kind of motivates you to run
run
faster. Yeah, kind of get away from it.
Well, the other trippy one is like a Hollywood cemetery. They play movies.
Do they?
Yeah,
Well,
you
it's
can-
Hollywood. That makes
You go watch
sense.
movies at the cemetery like
Yeah.
every summer.
Yeah.
They do like movie series
Yeah.
in the summer.
I mean, dude, if you think about outdoor spaces, cemeteries are outdoor spaces as well, man. Super.
I don't know, but like, do you think if like you buried your family member there and there's dudes like in the summer come and just like picnic on top of like?
I don't know. Okay, here's the thing too. So I have a really good buddy. Shout out to Mario. He's doing a regenerative farm out in Bonsall. So he's someone who I'm definitely going to have on the podcast too. Oh man, I'm forgetting the name of your farm, Mario. If you're listening, it'll come to me. He's doing a blueberry patch out there.
What
him
is-
and his buddy were talking about putting some type of like multi-use, something else, like not just a farm, right? So they were thinking about. I don't know if you would want me to tell this story. Maybe I'll die. Anyways, they were just talking about it. I don't think they ended up not doing it. But thinking about exploring different ideas of like, you know how like when your loved one dies, you can like put them in a pod and a tree will grow,
Yeah.
right? Okay. So imagine if like your family member died, right?
Okay.
But you do it in like as like an apple tree, right? So then, let's say your family member dies, you enclose them in that seed pod thing. You plant them in the apple tree.
Yeah.
But it's like a graveyard, so everybody, the next tree is somebody else's family member. The next tree is somebody else's family member. And I've asked a couple of my friends this: would you eat an apple that was, because the nutrients are obviously going to come from the body. Is that weird? I don't think it's that weird, but what's your opinion?
I don't think it's weird.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Some of my friends were like, oh, hell no. I was like...
Do you think if like that person was like a bitter person, like the apple's gonna be all bitter?
So that's even like on a deeper
Was it
level
like
that I started like getting to. I'm like,
it was like,
you know, like...
was it transcendence or something like that, where it transfers?
Yeah, like, you know, because like energy cannot be created or destroyed.
Yeah.
It's like the physical energy, but what about like the emotional, spiritual energy behind... I don't know. So it was just an idea they were throwing around. Obviously, they didn't end up wanting to do that. But I think it's interesting to talk about using spaces like that, outdoor spaces, for like multi-use. So it's not just like, you know, I mean, it's really morbid to say, but that'd be like single crop farming, you know, like this one thing. And it would just be like this graveyard, but it would just be a bunch of trees, fruit trees.
So like your family has like this tree right here, right?
Yeah.
Then the next family member gets buried on that pod under that tree.
Hey,
as well.
the apple don't fall far from the tree. There's something in that.
Literally the family tree.
Yeah. Oh, whoa. I didn't see that. Look, there's a lot of places you can go with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, you call it the family tree.
The family tree. Orchard. Yeah.
Cemetery.
Cemetery / mausoleum. Yeah.
/ OHV area.
Yes. Yeah, with the outdoor / campground. I told him to open up we were talking about it, not an official campground, but he was talking about maybe doing like a hip camp there. And then also having like on a kind of like what do you call it, like an experience-based camping thing where you can like camp there but also learn about regenerative farming and, you know, pick blueberries while you're there. It'd be cool. I was like, dude, you should have like if you're doing blueberries, have like a jam making class or something, you know, like also there eventually. They're just getting started, but he's something I definitely want to have on the podcast. But how do we even get on this topic? Oh, the cemetery in LA. From biking to graveyards. It must be October to eating the fruit of your
dead
your dead family members. I would do it. I think it's kind of romantic.
I want to get shot out in space.
What? Shot at in space?
No, not shot out in space. shot out
into space. Okay. Like full, like your body?
Well, like they do that now, but like they cremate you and there's like a little vial that like they can, but I want like full body just.
It's like a rocket that like launches up and once it reaches a certain velocity, it like opens and your body's just like naked, like dude, just beaming through the universe. Dude, that'd be dope.
Just duct tape me to the top of the freaking.
Well, if it ever happens, you know, and you come back down, you like burn up in the ozone layer, and it's like a shooting star. People are like making a wish on your. How are we going? We're getting so.
No, so the duct tape freezes in outer space and it just cracks, and you just get released.
Just release, just floating through.
And then you hit one of these Starlink satellites.
Oh my god! The first time I saw Starlink, I was camping. Actually.
We saw him at we were tripping out because like we were looking up and we were looking for the space station. Because like at a certain time you could have seen it. And then we're looking up and it's like, all right, there's one satellite. Well, there's another one. And it was like 10 of them just like in a line.
It's a line. Dude, when I saw it, it was like 50 of them, dude.
We were like tripping out. We're like, what the hell is that?
Yeah, the first time everybody sees them, it's freaking. And then we were talking about earlier, like there's this new term that astronomers called noctalgia. And basically it's this word that they came up with. I think it's just in this astronomy, astrophotography and astronomy communities where it means like, I think it translates to like sky sadness. They're like mourning the loss of the night sky in its full capacity because not just light pollution, but Starlink. Like if you do astrophotography now, and like satellites are just crisscrossing all your stuff, and if you're trying to get one of those like, you know, the perfect circles of the North Star in the middle, you have to edit all those photos out. If there's no way to just do it, because almost every part of the night sky, unless you're somewhere super remote, like we're just talking today where we are right now, it's definitely on a path for planes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, you got San Diego Airport down there, Long Beach in LA. Long Beach is probably like this area, then LA is probably up a little bit. Is Joshua Tree sky any?
It's pretty dark.
Oh, because you're also...
You're in between the canyon.
Yeah, because I was thinking you would get... Because here we get the light from Palm Spring.
Yeah.
But I think Joshua Tree, you're on the other side of the mountain, up north of the 10, after you get over it, right?
Death Valley is fucking dark.
I'm supposed to go to Death Valley, hopefully in December.
We went to Eureka Dunes with one of my coworkers, and it wasn't super dark because it was like a full moon or a harvest moon. Moon's out, but it was so trippy because like you didn't need a flashlight or anything to walk outside because it was so bright.
Full moon?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And it was just like...
Oh, that's actually... It's a good point. I want to go when there's no moon.
Yeah.
That's a really good point.
And then like later on in the night when there was no moon, it was like just crazy stars.
Yeah, yeah. All right, I got a plan. I'm actually going to go with... I was on her podcast, too. Her podcast is called This Might Get Uncomfortable. Whitney... links in the bio to that podcast on my TikTok and Instagram. But I'm going to bring that up to her. Maybe we should plan it during no moon. So you can just see the like massive stars. I went to Hawaii last year talking about stars. We took my mom for her birthday and my stepdad, and we went up to, on Maui, Haleakala, the national park up there, in the middle of the night. And we planned the trip specifically around no moon. And I think it's like 10,000 feet or something up there. And dude, literally because you're so high, like, so the skyline is like, the horizon feels lowered. And then the stars are so bright. I felt like I was like on mushrooms, dude. And I was like, and it's probably the elevation too, just like up there. Because at the top you have to climb up these stairs. And I was like, oh shit. But I got to the top and I was like, oh my God, like this is gnarly up here. You feel like you literally feel like you realize like we're just on a rock flying through space.
Yeah.
Like that's what it felt like. I was like, holy cow. But we were talking about too, the sky's actually cleared up quite a bit since earlier this afternoon.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can do some star photography tonight a little bit. We already had kind of like an early dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just got, well, first of all, we were talking about too, everybody we camped with from TikTok literally brings enough food for like freaking a week. For like multiple people. We have so much food and beer and it's just like 3 nights here.
We brought hot dogs, potatoes and chorizo
Yeah.
for 3 days because it was a 3-day camp for 4 days.
The Canyon Meadows one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had ranchera and then we had Korean barbecue. We were going to cook the last night and that was like spicy cucumbers, noodles, rice paper, and then we had bulgogi.
Bulgogi, yeah.
And
that ranchera was good though.
Ribs, LA style ribs, marinated ribs.
Yeah.
And
LA style?
Yeah.
What's LA style ribs?
It's just the way it's cut.
Okay, the cut of
the cut, it's called the LA style where they cut it.
Like an L shape?
No.
And an A shape? Yeah. Oh, yeah, I was thinking. Yeah.
Sorry. Redact that.
Redact it, yeah.
And then we had, oh man, what's the last one?
I was out here set stacking in the wilderness.
What's the other one? Oh man, there's one more. It's like, I forget what it's called. But it's like the one you always get.
Yeah.
So yeah, like a whole, like.
That was just what you guys brought too. And then everybody.
Well, it was going to be for everybody.
Oh yeah.
And then like, I think by the second night, we didn't even like.
Yeah.
Cause, shout out Ryan again.
I know, Ryan Britt.
Costco pizza,
dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody had a piece of that pizza, man. Yeah, shout out to Ryan too, dude. Ryan's one of the Arby on TikTok.
Yeah.
He's in the Discord. He's one of the first people. One of the first people I met strictly from TikTok. Oh no, actually, like maybe the third or fourth. But Davo, Death Dog, me and Ryan came up, do it at this spot actually.
Oh, right here.
And Ryan, every time I've camped with Ryan a bunch of times now. Every time, dude, he's so accommodating. You're such a good dude, Ryan. If you're listening. He just comes solo, but he brings his ice cold fridge is just like packed. Like the one time here, he had the rice, fucking bistec, dude, like pizza. Like he's actually the reason why I ended up going with a fridge rather than a cooler because. I don't know, that's another story too. I just got sick of all the gross ice because me and Shelby like to do cheese boards. And then
whether it's waterproof or not, somehow one always ends up opening, and then at the end of the trip, I have like this cheese water, and it like stinks and like. Anyway, so one day, one time we were camping with Ryan, and he just like, the last day of the trip, he opened up his fridge. He's like, "You wanna?" I think he gave us a ginger beer, and the can was all nice and dry, but like super cold. I was like, "This is the move. This is dope."
I don't know. I'm still sticking to my Yeti.
Yeah.
Dude, stuff is frozen,
Still frozen
in
in there. Do you use the Yeti packs?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I thought Yeti packs were a scam, but they work.
So the way you're supposed to do it
Okay.
is you pre-chill the cooler overnight, toss that out.
Oh,
like
you
the
told
ice,
me this.
And then you put the ice packs at the bottom.
Yeah.
And then a layer of ice.
Yeah.
I kid you not. After I'll send you the video, but it's gonna be what, 4 days?
Yeah.
I have to break the ice.
The ice is frozen to the
and
Yeti
the
pack.
bottom of the Yeti is one large piece of ice.
Yeah.
So it freezes. Well, it melts and then freezes into a layer of ice.
Okay. Is that per Yeti?
Yeah. So on
Okay,
their
yeah.
site, but yeah, dude, we like when we go to Joshua Tree, we stop at
Sonic?
Sonic's.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
full ice cream,
Full-
crushed ice.
Yeah.
The pretzels. The pretzels really
dude,
good.
I was just talking about this with Shelby the other day. Like, sometimes we just get in moods where, dude, it's so bad. We'll DoorDash Sonic. It's so, and we're not even that far from it. We're just like, Crinkle's asleep. I'm like, we don't want to wake him up. Oh, this is why we're what do they call
Shout out Crinkle.
shout out Crinkle, yeah. Double income, no
Shelby.
kids, and Shelby, yeah. Double income, no kids, or whatever. But
Dilf, was it?
Dilf. Double income.
No, Dink.
Dink. Double income. No, there's one with about a dog too. Someone sent me.
Dual income,
Double.
no kids with a dog. Dinkwad.
Dinkwad. That's it. Yeah, with a dog. Yeah, that's us. And sometimes, dude, the pretzels, dude, fire. I wonder how good they would heat up if I like stopped on the way to camping and got like a bunch. If you just threw them on like a.
Dude, we need to get Ryan on it.
I know, Ryan will figure it out. So, okay, so on this topic, like what we had tonight, we had barbecue,
Pulled barbecue.
a pulled pork barbecue, with just some roasted vegetables, and then we put them like in hot dog buns, and then egg rolls, like frozen egg rolls that we just heated up on my flat iron or fucking. So I'm trying not to cuss so much on the podcast. Whatever what is that thing called?
Just a griddle.
Griddle thing, yeah, the griddle. Everything heated up really well. That's really easy. And so that's another thing too with camping. It's like, just make it easy. You know, you don't have to like all the time cook at camp. It's easier just to heat up, especially if it's just like a chiller trip. Don't get me wrong, I'm starting to really enjoy actually cooking at camp. Like, so tomorrow for breakfast, I'm going to do longanisa and rice. And the longanisa is not, sometimes I cook it halfway, but I'm just going to do it all in the morning, cook the rice fresh in the morning. Because I've reheated rice at camp too. It's still good, but like, it's more about enjoying the process of cooking it too. And I feel bad because Alex wakes up at like 5:30, and I don't wake up till like 9 at the earliest. So you're like chill. I think this morning
I was trying to be as like,
no, dude, make noise. I'll
as
sleep through.
silent as possible.
I'll sleep through anything. And then I felt bad because I woke up, and I think literally right when I walked out here, you went back in your car to sleep.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh shit, and I was like walking around, and then you came right back out. I was like, oh man.
I like literally had to lay down. I was like, wait, did you come out? I was like, I was like, I'm just gonna go back and like chill in the car.
Yeah.
But I like took a little hike. Which, man, we're up here.
Yeah. Oh, elevation wise?
Yeah.
Yeah. What did we say? 7.2?
6'2".
6'2". Yeah, 6'2". Yeah.
20. What was it? 2,000 something meters is what Strava said.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
2,000 times 3.
Is that the math on that?
Yeah, 1 meter is 3 feet.
Oh yeah. True. True. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, but it was. So that's what we had. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, camp food. Yeah.
Camp food. So Ryan.
Oh, the pizza. Yeah.
Had Costco pizza, and like he gave it to us, and it was like even better than Costco.
fresh at Costco. Yeah.
It was like the crust was crispy,
like you could hear the crunch.
Chewy. And like the tomato was just like perfect, and we're like, oh, how do you do it? And he's like, oh, like I have this, what's that thing called?
Scottle.
Scottle.
Yeah.
And he wraps the pizza like face to face in aluminum.
2 pieces. Yeah.
2 pieces, and then he boils it? It puts water around
He
it?
puts, I can't remember if he said around it or a little bit in the foil. Something with water.
But
Yeah,
there's
something with wa-
steam.
Yeah, there's steam. Yeah, he's like steams it first, basically.
And then he just puts it on that scuttle after.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Dude, yeah, it was so. I didn't even really want a piece until I heard you bite into yours, and it was like, I was like, oh, I'll take one. I'll take one too. It felt bad, Ryan. You had to go back and make another piece.
and then we had hot dogs too.
Oh yeah.
We made hot dogs with sauerkraut.
Oh
and
yeah.
mustard.
We had the chili that one night.
Chili.
No, Dora made those Jim gimlets, dude. Oh, those things were bomb, man.
Yeah.
I wasn't even really planning on. I love gin, but I was like, oh, I'm probably just gonna stick to beer.
It was funny
And then-
because like everyone that showed up were like gin drinkers, but
Yeah.
they didn't know anybody else that drank gin.
Yeah.
But then someone brought out like this bottle and another
Yeah,
bottle. And I was,
yeah.
"Oh, like, try this, try that.
Yeah, and I feel like gin's a pretty like not a lot of people. Well, I feel like it's less people like gin. Like I wouldn't say the majority of people like gin. You know, that
Yeah.
I know at least. Well, I mean, also Kayla wasn't a gin. Kayla tried it. And she was like,
She
nope.
did not like it.
She did not like it. Yeah,
But
she doesn't
her
like gin.
sister-in-law?
Yeah, her sister-in-law. Yeah,
She's
Jen.
like, you guys
Oh,
like
yeah,
gin?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. Other than Kayla, if you're out there listening,
Yeah.
everybody likes the gin. We should put some gin in her White Claw or Trulies. we used to do Spike Claws. You would open a White Claw, drink a couple of swigs out of it, and then put vodka in it. We called it Spike Claw or something like
Well,
that.
isn't it already have vodka in it?
Yeah, but we put more.
More.
Spike get more.
Just a little bit more
Yeah,
percentage.
yeah. So it's getting pretty dark. So
Wanna
maybe
grab
we
a
should.
light?
Maybe we should.
Or you want to go? You want to move under your thing?
Grab a light. Yeah, let's walk over. All right, everybody can see. As long as I have storage on here. So the video component is our little campground style. I'm going to turn on our Lucy lights real quick, and hopefully we'll be able to see. Boom. Perfect. Yeah.
Right here.
Got the Outback. We'll probably light the fire pits right now, too.
Oh yeah.
Get those in the shot. Super pretty out here, as you can see if you're watching the YouTube or the uploaded podcast. And actually, we are thinking, we kind of were throwing around the idea of maybe hitting up Joshua Tree tomorrow. It's Friday night right now, but we're going to, we have to be back Sunday. Are you taking a pee? My bad. I'm coming to get my chair. And since you have the lav mics on, they can still hear us. They can probably hear, oh, you did? Okay, yeah, I was about to say, people could probably hear you peeing. Anyways, we're thinking about maybe going to Joshua Tree tomorrow night, potentially hitting up Burdu Canyon, and maybe staying at BLM out there, but we're not really sure yet. So anyways, we're gonna light these fire pits. There are no wood fires allowed up here. So luckily we both have an ignic. I'm gonna let you do yours because Alex hacked his, and the flame is a little gnarly on, it right now. So basically, for anybody listening, the ignic fire pits are basically ammo cans that you can do DIY one too. I know Jasper, shout out Jasper again, did DIY one, as well as Tim. Hold on. What am I doing? There he goes. But these ones you can just buy, and because when there's fire bans with wood fires, these are still allowed. So, all right, cool. Got mine. I got a lighter over here if you need one, Alex. So Alex is gonna light his. But yeah, we're thinking about doing Joshua Tree tomorrow. Apparently, Burdu Canyon is only 2 hours away from here. I think he said 2 hours. Maybe it's 1 hour to the trail and then into the park. But we just looked. There were no reservations in Joshua Tree because it'll be a Saturday night by then. And obviously, it's a pretty busy park. But we're thinking about doing BLM land if we end up doing this. So we'll see and check it out. Maybe we'll probably leave like tomorrow afternoon and hit it up in there and see. So it's getting a little chilly out here too. These fire pits do wonders though. I actually got this fire pit because of camping up here And being in Southern California, a lot of times during the year we have wood fire bans, or I camp at Dixon Lake in Escondido a lot too, and you are never allowed to have wood fires there. But you can have a fire pit. And I have these little, Alex actually has the lava rocks that are kind of like rounded rocks. And I have the ceramic ones that look like log in a pine cone. Are we going to explode right now? Oh, go. Yeah, it's on low. They look like rocks in a pine cone. And when I was at Dixon Lake one time, oh, see, look how much bigger if you can see it on the camera. Dude, pumping. That's like the lava box. Yeah. So there's two types of ammo can style fire pits for anybody listening and wondering. Basically, he's going to attach these, have a hose that can attach to any run-of-the-mill propane tank that you have for like your barbecue at home. These ones are Ignix brand. What's cool is a lot of times when you are having one of these fire cans too, in California, you have to have them above the ground, so you can't have them on the ground. These ones have little legs that fold out, so it puts it probably what, 2 or 3 inches or so
yeah.
above the ground. So you are completely, we're crossing our cords. So you're completely fine when you're using these. A lot of times these have a dedicated on-off valve that you can turn the fire off. So that's what you need to have fires when there's a wood fire ban. I've actually been out here in San Bernardino Mountains too, where they have a ban that's so bad though, they don't even allow gas fires and they don't allow gas stoves. So you basically can't warm up, cook anything. You're packing sandwiches, you're packing like yogurt, stuff in the cooler that can only be going all the time. But these are really nice. The setup that we have right now that you guys can see, it probably is a real cool shot, I'm assuming, if you're watching. We are under the ARB awning, and really when you have just even one fire pit, but having both of these fire pits, the heat goes up, hits the awning, and like comes back down, it feels like. So under the awning is way warmer than like even sticking your hand out, you can feel like how much cooler it is. But
so this is the light I was telling you about.
Oh yeah, what's that? Is that C Summit?
No, this is a Goal Zero.
Ooh, okay, yeah.
It packs down like.
Ooh, flat. Ooh, okay, I need that. It's solar too, right?
But you could also recharge it
with USB.
USB.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Micro or USB-C?
Micro.
Okay, cool. And then that's exactly what I need, because I want one to hang over the table with that right over there where the Lucy's are attached.
It's got 4 different modes. The funniest one I find is candlelight mode.
Oh, I love candlelight mode. Is it flickering?
Yeah.
Ooh, Pirates of the Caribbean-y. Right? Nice. And then do you know how long that'll last on like medium?
I don't know. I just remember I don't ever charge them, and then they turn off, and then you put them in the sun. And
or if it's like hanging somewhere. Yeah. Dude, look at the sky over there.
Whoa.
The sky's like pastel, red, blue, green, super, super beautiful beyond the trees. One of my favorite things about camping is being out for sunsets and just seeing the sky change throughout the day, the clouds. That's why I'm kind of glad that my phone broke in a way, because like now I'm just not on it, because I think everybody that camps, even when as Alex checks his phone, even when you have service, like I'm constantly like checking my phone too, or like checking TikTok or Instagram. Not as often, obviously, if you're at home, but for sure, like one of my favorite things is camping where there's no service, because then like it's always funny though too when you pull up. I do it, and the people that I know, if you pull up to a dispersed camping, no service at all, for the first hour or two, you're like, oh shit, there's no service. Oh shit, there's no service. And then after that, you kind of relax and then just like put your phone somewhere and kind of forget where it is.
I think I'm the opposite. I just always like.
Is like habit? Yeah.
No, I just like don't even care. Like.
Oh yeah.
I didn't get a cell phone till after I started dating Dora.
Oh no way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was funny. Like I was telling like their cousins who are much younger. Like I used to call Dora on a payphone.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Hey, that's effort, man. There, your keeper right there. Yeah. Like, oh, this fool calls me on his payphone.
A fucking payphone.
Yeah. She's like, what number is this?
She just started picking up random numbers.
Yeah.
Like, who does that?
Who are you, dude? But that's the tip. Yeah, dude. Like knowing So you obviously wrote down her number or memorized it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that no.
Yeah. But that's good. Also, too, what I'm gonna start doing because of this phone incident is write down like your emergency contact numbers in a book, like on paper, like.
Dude, are you gonna
in
get a
your car.
Rolodex?
Maybe I will have a little Rolodex in the car. Put it on, mount it to the dashboard, to the Subaru, or something like that. Because, like I said, if the Zolio didn't work,
Yeah.
dude, what would you have done if the last text that you said you're like on my way, be there in 4.5 hours, and you were texting me those whole 4 hours and I didn't respond? Would you have still?
No, I said it'd come.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
I think the only confusion was that fork in the road.
Yeah.
Because you had texted me that, and then you're like, take a right, but then I wasn't sure like which way I was coming to that fork.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know if you were talking to like if I'm coming this way.
Yeah.
And there's a fork, you take a right.
Oh, yeah. Because it's
Or
kind of
the
a
way-
fork and a right. It's like
Well,
both.
it's not even a fork. It's literally a triangle.
Yeah.
Where like one road goes this way, then
Or you go a little bit further, you can go again.
Yeah,
Right,
that's right.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, let me double check.
Also, too, I didn't know this that when we planned this trip, and I've been up here quite a bit, but you haven't. You found that so shout out to the YouTube the
Oh, Subi Tracks.
Tracks
Subi
or
Track.
trails. I think it's trails.
Subi Trails. Let me double check.
Homie does a bunch of trails, and a lot of it's SoCal, right?
All of it is
SoCal.
I think he's got some like Grand Canyon stuff
Okay,
last
yeah.
year or this year.
But he does it in a stock Subaru, and he kind of narrates and tells you about the trails along the way. Considering, too, also, trail conditions are constantly changing. So this same trail where we're camping now, I've done it when it's like super easy. I've done it when it's medium. This was probably one of the worst conditions I've seen the trail. That's also why I was super nervous when Alex was on his way up here. I was like, oh, shoot, like, I don't know. But he shot me the video. He's like, oh, this trail?
Subi Trails.
Subi Trails, yeah.
Yep.
So shout out to Subi Trails. Maybe we'll have him on the podcast one day. Who knows where the podcast is going to go. But, and he drives the whole trail. And like, so I knew the trail, right? So what I did was I watched it and I just fast forwarded it until he drove past this campsite. And that's why I was like, okay, at 7:55, that's where we're going to be. Yeah.
But again,
I should have said, pay attention to that. That would be like, this probably, you know.
when I got to the
6:30.
Yeah. And like, when like I was like, all right, I have to take a right here. It was like this steep ass incline.
Yeah.
With a giant rut.
Dude, yeah.
And like I got halfway up and I'm like,
I can't believe you even attempted that, dude.
yeah, I got halfway up and then I'm like, there was like, I got halfway up, but then there's like a dip
on the
and a
left
rock.
tire. Yeah.
Which I was like, dude, there's no way I was like, how the fuck did you get up here?
Yeah.
'Cause, like,
And then did you just look over and see the other trail, or?
no, I looked at on my GPS. There's a little triangle.
Yeah.
And I go, oh, I wonder, because I guess this part of the triangle was that fucking thing.
Yeah.
And then it was a right up the road.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, nah, like, let me follow like this triangle and then see if that's easier.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Then you made,
Yeah, it was all
they were
flat.
chill after
It's all
that.
flat.
Yeah. But so trail conditions are constantly changing because we're that rut was made from the rain, the runoff.
Oh, yeah.
Because I used to go on that part of the road and it was easier than the other part. And so they constantly grade the trails up here, and a lot of national forests too. But sometimes they don't, or they can't get around to it, or after rain, it can be trail conditions can change. So
it's all those people sweeping the forest.
I know, yeah, with their brooms gathering all the forest stuff out there.
Dude, we can go see dead birds around those windmill farms.
Where?
The windmill farms.
There's dead birds there on there?
Wait, you know the joke I'm telling, right?
No.
Okay, so like,
Over my head.
one of our ex-presidents said that California was dumb and they should just have people sweeping the forest. So
I know that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same president said
Yeah.
that windmill farms are dangerous to birds because birds get fucking hit by the windmill.
Yeah.
And there's thousands of birds getting killed,
underneath the
like getting killed by
yeah.
the windmill.
Yeah. Are there really?
No.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. Yeah. Because I mean, even those big windmills, from far away, they're not. It's not like they're like spinning super fast, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm assuming if a bird would be able to navigate around it. Then again, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Or just like they can just use their eyes and see. Like, let's not go over there. It's weird.
I mean, if you're a bird and you get hit by it,
Maybe it's natural selection. Yeah.
Darwinism.
Darwin awards for the birds.
Well, there's another funny video on the windmills, and he's like, dude, it's like 120 degrees. He's like, oh, no wonder they haven't turned the fans on. It's all the windmills just stop.
Stop. Yeah. To cool this down.
Yeah.
Dude, actually I forgot. There's a campground down, I'm forgetting what it's called right now, but in San Diego off the 8, that's in the middle of this wind harvesting farm. Yeah. And so all night it's, you know how like when a plane goes over,
you can
it
hear
sounds
it.
like, yeah, you hear that all night. I think it's kind of soothing, but I can see how if you were not a fan of that.
You know, it would be a trip if you put a GoPro on like one of those blades.
Yeah.
And just like
Watched it like spin and spin. I keep looking at it. It looks like there's a light in the bush, but I think it's down the mountain. But it kind of looks like it's like right in the, but yeah, it's down the mountain. Something down there.
like way down there.
Yeah, can you see the lights between the bushes? Down
Yeah.
there? Yeah. Well, there's a few of them. Yeah. Okay. Never mind. It's tripping me out for a second.
Well, talking about lights and down the hill. So last night
Oh yeah, yeah.
we were just looking out, and I was staring at this like fire in the sky.
Ooh.
And then you like looked at me like, "What are you looking at?" I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh, there's like a fucking fire in the middle of the sky." As soon as you turned around, it fucking disappeared.
It's gone. Yeah, yeah.
It was literally. It looked like
A fireball.
the size of a match if you were holding it, or like it was like that big.
Uh-huh.
But it was like way
Oh,
the
yeah.
hell out there.
Yeah. And we were saying too, I think that's Camp Pendleton over
Yeah.
there, the military base. It could have been their flares, but at that distance, I feel like a flare would look like
Tiny.
a tiny, bright but tiny.
Yeah, it was big.
Yeah. Maybe we'll see it again tonight. Well, we switched spots. I was sitting there last night.
Oh, yeah.
This is a good spot. Like,
You can see way out
oh,
there.
dude, yeah. Where I'm sitting right now, I'm looking westward, and the trees make like a perfect little circle, like you're looking through a little portal, and you can see all the way.
A portal?
A portal, yeah, a portal. You can see all the way. I mean, I think on a clear day you could probably see the ocean from here.
Yeah.
And we're all the way by like Idlewild, so, but you can see. I think that's like Temecula down there. No, that's still Temecula's a little south. Lake Elsinore, maybe. I don't know. I don't have my Peak Finder app where I can see everything, but it's super pretty up here.
It's a nice campsite. I like it.
Yeah. And then tomorrow, Sunday, or tomorrow, if we leave
Yeah.
the Joshua Tree, we'll go down the other road, and I'll show you all the other camp spots and yellow posts up there. So these are yellow post campsites I think they're only in San Bernardino now.
I had
actually.
never heard of Yellow Post till you guys started talking about it. and I'm
For
like, oh,
sure, I think for sure it's San Bernardino. It might be SoCal though, but I mean, dude,
Is it-
National Forest in SoCal, we have San Bernardino, we have Cleveland National,
Padres,
Padres, Angeles,
Angeles,
Pinos, yeah, Sequoia National Forest,
National Forest, Sequoia.
and I don't know if they're yellow posts in anything outside of San Bernardino.
Is it like a Jeep thing?
I don't know, like
'Cause I feel
like Rubicon trails.
Because I feel like some of the Yellow Posts are like you need a 4x4, like,
Yeah,
Jeep.
some of the ones I like Lytle Creek, I heard, are
and
pretty
like
gnarly.
those are like the main ones.
Meaning like Jeep communities put these here?
Yeah.
Maybe.
or like club.
Like I never knew too, like they have like Rubicon trails.
yeah,
That's for Jeeps, right? Is
Yeah.
that like the Rubicon their group
yeah.
like maintains them,
Yeah.
sponsor we'll have to look it up, yeah.
There's like a Rotary Club too.
Yeah.
Maintain some trails.
Oh, you know it'd be cool to do a little. You know how that I guarantee you they have like a Rubicon like blaze on like on the post, like a little sign that like designates Rubicon trails.
Yeah.
We should do like a Subicon and put it at Trader Joe's. on the
see my latest
like,
post?
like Whole
Did you
Foods.
see my post of the campsite?
No, my phone broke.
Oh,
before
shit.
that. My phone was broken.
So I took a picture of our campsite and our Jeep,
Yeah.
and I just put Whole Foods.
Yeah, tagged it. Yeah,
Foods.
dude, that's what we should do.
Whole Foods
we
parking
should,
lot.
We should have Subicon, and then like in the little parking stalls, we'll just like put the Blaze on there.
Dude, we should like do like film a video where like we go soft roading
Yeah.
at like a Whole Foods, but like
Hit the curbs,
hit the curbs and like go over them.
like spot each other.
Yeah,
Like,
dude.
all right, driver.
Driver.
Yeah.
There's a Trader Joe's by my house that has like
Curb stops we can.
curbs, but the curbs have like gravel
Oh.
and rocks.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. That's perfect. We should do a series. Subicon. Dang, dude. All right, so I think we're going to end the podcast with just rambling because I'm afraid that it's just going to cut off for
Yeah.
storage-wise, and it's getting dark.
Yep.
But, dude, you're the first official guest, man. Episode 2. I didn't think I was going to get a guest till a long time, but, dude, let's just roll with it. That's what the Camp Topology podcast is going to be. We're going to have episodes of just, like, all the community, all the homies, real people doing real camping. You know, there's a lot of shows have, like, experts of stuff on.
Yeah.
Which is, you know, I'll probably have some experts every once in a while, but I don't know any, so I'm just going to work with what we have and what we're doing. And this is literally the community of, like, we met through TikTok, through the Discord,
Yeah.
getting out there and just meeting people. So that's what a lot of podcasts is going to consist on. The episodes where I'm solo, I'm going to go over some topics like I discussed yesterday and also do questions. But yeah, it's going to be kind of just hanging out. At some capacity sometime, I'll have a list of questions to ask. But we were just up here and I was like, dude, do you want to do episode 2? And Alex was down. So I was like, let's let it roll. So
Yeah, definitely.
appreciate everybody tuning in. Who knows what episode 3 will bring now. But until then, remember to keep it safe, keep it clean, and keep yourself informed. Like, follow, subscribe. What do you do for podcasts? I have to figure this out. Is it like download, subscribe, click whatever podcast
Podcasts
thing.
available at whichever
Yeah.
audio.
I'll figure it out. I just appreciate y'all tuning in. All right. See you, everyone.
Thanks, guys.